got no walking stick, he don't need no ball and chain. If he ain't got no can to kick, that don't mean nothing to James. Whoa, James singing, whoa, the pouring of the rain. Is it a feeling in the heart, or is it something you can't name? Whoa, James singing, whoa, James. The people in the street, oh, the pouring of the rain. Is it a feeling in the heart, or is it something you can't name? Whoa, James. Whoa, James.
Working together, making life better.
And I still like The Turn of the Screw, which is a real good ghost story. It showed Henry James could write spooky, interesting American things when he tried. If you ask me, it's too bad he didn't stay home and be an all-American writer instead of messing around.
Thank you, Vicki. You will find that many great novels have memorable first lines, sentences that stay in your mind years after you've read the book. Do any of you remember any such opening lines that immediately rivet the attention?
Call me Ishmael.
Who are you?
I'm Cornell Cobb. Ishmael is the guy who tells the story in Moby Dick.
You mean he is the protagonist?
Right. I always get it mixed up with polygamist, but that's a guy with a lot of wives.
Are you supposed to be in this class?
If it's 19th century American lit.
It's almost over. Where were you?
Well, I thought I was here, because the teacher was talking about American lit, but then she started on Hemingway, and I realized I was in the wrong century.
And the wrong room.
First day confusion. My apologies, ma'am.
Accepted. Will one of you volunteer to show this new boy around so he doesn't get into the wrong lab and blow something up?
Yeah, I'll show him around. I was new myself not long ago. How you doing? My name's James.
Cornell.
As soon as I get my stuff put away, I'll give you the tour from the boiler room to the cafeteria.
You've seen one school, you've seen them all. Besides, this is number 9 for me in 2.5 years.
Yeah? How come?
Dad wheels and deals and export-import, investment development. But I can't blame it all on the travel. I tend to get kicked out a lot.
What, do you have a formula for that?
Never the same one. Imagination.
Well, how'd you get kicked out the last time?
It was a stuffy boarding school. I got caught with a girl in my room.
Yeah?
The room wasn't much, but the girl, first class.
Well, I guess if you don't want the tour, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow.
Hey, hold it a sec. Yeah, terrific.
What are you doing?
Framing the shot.
What shot?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes I see a terrific shot that would look just right on camera. Well, I get carried away. I tend to see life in terms of movies.
Yeah? I'm a photographer, but I do stills for the school paper and stuff.
Well, I just use my camera to practice and learn. What I really want to do is direct.
You got your own movie camera?
Camera, sound equipment, zoom lens, projector, the works. Like to look it over?
Sure. How about sometime this week?
What's wrong with right now?
Oh, well, right now I got swimming practice. I'm working out for the team.
Oh, no problem. You can use the pool at my place. We have a suite at the Riverside Hotel.
No, I can't. Really, I promised the coach I'd be there this afternoon. Maybe tomorrow.
Well, it's not a meet, is it?
No.
Listen, James. Carpe diem.
What's that?
It's my motto. It's in Latin, meaning seize the day. It's the only way to live, James. Right now, today, this moment. Look, James, I'm alone in that luxury dump right now. Except for Mrs. Travis, my old man's secretary. Dad's away on some kind of business in Tunis, and Judy, well, that's my stepmother. She's down in Rio for the carnival. It's really a drag not having anyone around you can rap.
Well, okay. I'll come over and check out your movie stuff.
Let's go, old buddy. Time's slipping by.
Look, if there are going to be 3 of us on this, I think we ought to be able to vote on it.
Ooh,
Oh, look at that car.
dig this piece of machinery.
Oh, that is a work of art.
It's something else, isn't it?
It's a Porsche.
What?
Porsche. Same model James Dean cracked up in.
Spooky, huh? You sound like a car buff, man.
Oh, hey, I'm sorry. This is Cornell Cobb. He's new. And that's Sly, and that's Marlene. They're friends of mine.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you. Hey, I'm sorry there's not room for all, but this buggy's just built for two.
This is yours?
My baby. I provide it with 10 to 11 care.
How do you like that, Sly?
You know, I was wondering what kind of emergency brought a machine like this around these parts.
I consider school an emergency. Actually, it's more like a disaster, but emergency's close enough. Well, we better get going, huh, James?
Well, we'll be at the sub shop later if you get hungry. Or lonely.
Thanks a lot. Later, gang.
See you guys.
Hey, James. You drive?
Oh, no. No, I couldn't. I mean, I don't even have my learner's permit yet.
Now's a good time to learn.
But on this car?
Can you think of a better one? Come on, James. Seize the day. Good angle here.
Oh, that'll be nice. And then I'll shoot you from here.
Yeah.
Just turn it a little bit that way,
Not
okay?
quite so dead on. Just
all right.
A little bit to the side.
Yeah, you get set. Tell me when you're ready, and I'll shoot it.
Okay.
All right. Uh-huh. Put the mic out a little bit. There.
You're gonna love this.
Okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Okay, James. Got me in focus?
Yeah, right. Okay. Oh, this is terrific. All right, action.
Introducing, then, Cornell the Unparalleled, about to perform his famous egg-in-hat trick, filmed by James Hunter. I now take this ordinary egg into my hand
I'm zooming in on your hands. I got a tight close-up of the egg.
and crack it, thusly, into a hat.
Okay, now, going back out.
I now pass my hand over hat with egg, and chanting the old Oriental spell, egg, foo, young. Put hat on head. Voila!
What happened?
Excuse me, James, but Cornell the Unparalleled has to go wipe the egg off his face.
Well, listen, Cornell, I really have to be going anyway, but, hey, thanks a lot for letting me try the camera. It really is great.
Well, wait, really, I was just about to order up from room service. What would you like, French fried onion rings, black forest layer cake?
Oh, no, thanks, but really, I have to have dinner at home. I'll see you.
Here. Take it.
What? No, I can't take that, man. It's yours.
I mean, just borrow it for a while. Get the hang of it.
No, thanks, but I'd be too nervous that I'd mess it up or something, really. But I'll see you.
James. James. You ought to loosen up. Let yourself go. Play it fast and loose. Think of James Dean.
Why, so I can end up like him in a car crash?
No. So if you do get struck by a bolt of lightning or shot by some deranged killer, you'll have lived life to the full. Like it says in one of my favorite poems. They are not long, the days of wine and roses.
Sounds kind of sad to me, Cornell. Are you sad a lot?
Just the opposite. Glad. Glad I found a friend in a crummy public school.
Well, listen, you keep that. I can't take it. But thanks. I'll see you in school tomorrow.
So long.
How you come along with that?
Look.
This one late gets me.
Have I wandered into the global strategy room?
Hey, Cornell.
Only a project for sophomore geography.
Yeah, we're teamed up to do a relief map of Africa. The countries, the cities, everything.
Down to the last roots.
And maybe I can help. I was in Africa once with my dad, on safari.
You didn't shoot animals, did you?
Just with a camera.
Well, here, take a look. We just started.
Yeah.
See, this is North Africa and down to the bottom.
Yeah, that's it, okay. Hey, could you use some photographs? Or a tape I made in the bazaar at Addis Ababa.
Oh, yeah, we could go for a multimedia effect.
Terrific. Well, James, come on over to my place right now. We'll dig up the materials.
Well, if my partners here agree.
Might as well go for broke.
Oh, Cornell, you're wonderful.
Always happy to be of service. Oh, Marlene, Ethiopia is not actually purple. It's more of a blue-gray.
Later, troops.
Take it easy.
Oh, hey, these are really great. Oh, Sly and Marlene will dig them.
My pleasure.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Boots are tired of walking.
Yeah, those are some real beauties. Where'd you get them?
Santa Fe. They're handmade. Supposed to last forever.
Yeah?
Try them on. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh.
How do they feel?
Well, a little shaky.
That's just because you're not used to the heels. How's the fit, though?
Well, it seems okay, I guess. Man, they're really something.
They're yours.
What? Cornell, you can't just go giving away stuff like this.
Listen, James, I've got a dozen pairs just like them. Do me a favor, and let me do you a favor.
But you don't owe me a favor.
I told you I'm a loner. It's hard for me to have friends. Take the boots. It'll make me feel like you're my friend.
Yeah, but I am anyway.
But with the boots, I'll know it. It'll make me feel good. Like there's someone who'll let me give them something.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Cornell. They really are something else. Oh.
Jane, where have you been? Just about to have supper, honey. Go wash your hands.
James, you're teetering.
What you got on there, Jane?
Well, it looks like a very expensive pair of cowboy boots that I've never seen before.
Where'd you get those boots, James?
A friend gave them to me.
Gave?
What friend?
Oh, it's this new guy, Cornell Cobb.
And who is he?
Oh, he's this really neat guy, Dad. He's really sharp, too. His dad's some rich wheeler-dealer, and he and Cornell's stepmom travel all over the place, so Cornell gets stuck in this fancy hotel suite.
And you're going to give those boots back to him tomorrow morning.
Why? Listen, you guys just don't understand about Cornell.
I know we don't understand, James, but we want to.
He's my friend.
Well, if he's your friend, why haven't we met him?
Well, I just met him myself.
Right off the bat, he's your friend, and you don't know anything about him? And already he's giving you expensive presents.
You invite him over tomorrow night. We'll give him dinner, and you give him the boots.
Mom, he does not want the boots. He wants me to have them. See, there you guys go again, not understanding things.
Dinner I've had in months, Mrs. Hunter.
Macaroni and cheese? You've got to be kidding.
Any home cooking beats any meal from room service, Sandy.
Do you take all your meals in the hotel, Cornell?
Well, when Dad or Judy, that's my stepmother, are in town, we go to the so-called first-class restaurants. But it's really their scene, not mine. I just try to pretend that I'm digging the duck a la super sauce and the shrimps El Grosso.
Yuck.
You live mainly in hotels, is that right?
Well, we have our own suite in hotels in Beverly Hills and New York.
It must be difficult on you moving around so much.
I have to admit, I sometimes wake up and wonder what city I'm in. James is a lucky guy to have a real home like this.
Well, thank you very much, Cornell.
Is your own real mother deceased?
We're crying out loud, Sandy.
My mother fell in love with a man who's a painter when I was a little boy, Sandy. Now they live in Mexico.
You mean your mother ran away with a wild, impetuous artist to live in some exotic village? Wow.
Sandy is the head of her literary athletic club.
Get the ice cream out of the refrigerator, Sandy.
Okay. But listen, Cornell, if you ever need a story written up about the glamorous, passionate life of you and your family, come to me.
It's a deal.
Cornell, that was very generous of you to give those beautiful cowboy boots to James, but we don't really think you should accept such expensive presents.
It was an impulse, on the spur of the moment, out of friendship.
Well, friendship is wonderful, Cornell, but...
I know. I haven't experienced it often, what with moving around and all. It means a lot to me.
Well, we're certainly not against you and James being friends.
Well, let's forget about the boots if it really means that much. You promise to come over here as often as possible and have as many home-cooked meals so that you finally get sick of them and are dying for room service, okay?
Yeah, and one of these nights I'll fix up one of my fantastic stews. Then you'll really appreciate room service.
Thank you. Thank all of you. Hey, James! The one toss of this coin will decide the fate of our afternoon.
Yeah? How?
Heads, we finish classes. Tails, we go see my all-time favorite movie, Rebel Without a Cause.
Well, thanks, Cornell, but I gotta stay at school.
Tails it is. We see the movie.
No, really, I can't.
It's fate, James. Besides, it's not like we're just horsing around, wasting our time. This is an educational experience. James Dean, movie that changed history, shaped a whole new generation. Did you ever see it?
Well, no.
Come on, then.
Well, where is it? The Orson Welles in Cambridge?
No, my living room.
Well, how?
Well, Dad has a catalog and sends in, and we rent whatever we want and then send it back.
You can really do that?
Well, come and see if you don't believe.
Well, okay.
Come on. We'll stop off and get some popcorn on the way.
Wow. That really was terrific, Cornell.
It wasn't just a terrific movie, James. It was a landmark, you know?
That James Dean was really something, huh? I never heard much about him before he died, though.
He was a landmark. Like Elvis was a landmark way before the Beatles.
You like Elvis?
Yeah?
Oh, then I'll have to bring you over some of my dad's old Elvis sides. It's pre-original rock.
Great. You know, James, when this film was made... Judy, I wasn't expecting you.
I'm sorry, darling. I meant to cable. Oh, but ends of carnivals are so confusing. I suppose you should leave before the end. But you know me. I've got to get my money's worth. Bags in the bedroom, please.
Judy, I want you to meet my good friend, James Hunter. James, this is my stepmother, Judy Cobb.
Oh, pleased to meet you, Mrs. Cobb.
Hello, ducks. Cornell, be a marvel and mix a very dry one on the rocks. Oh. And never mind the slice. Speed is of the essence.
Coming right up, love.
Tell me, Mrs. Cobb, will you be staying here a while now?
2 or 3 days, just long enough to repack. Oh, I'm meeting your father in Paris this weekend, and we may go straight on to Los Angeles. Do you have any kind of holidays coming up or anything? I know Weldon would like to see you if you could join us out there for a week or so.
I can't think of any holidays coming up that we'll have off, except for weekends.
I can never keep these school holidays straight. They seem to have different ones now, or different times anyway. It's all too confusing. Ah, thank you, my dear. I think I may live. Say, would you and your friend like to join me for dinner tonight? The airplane food was blah, and I'm dying for some good veal.
Oh, well, thank you, Mrs. Cobb, but I have to have dinner at home.
Hey, no fair. I had dinner with your folks. Now one of mine's in town for a minute. Least you can do is come along.
I think a nice veal piccata might hit the spot.
Well, okay, I'll call my folks.
Yeah.
Well, enter our son, the stranger.
I'm sorry about that, Dad. But, you know, I felt sorry for Cornell, not having anyone to go to dinner with him and his stepmom.
What is she like?
Oh, Judy? Well, she's fun when you get to know her.
Judy?
Yeah, she told me to call her that. She says she doesn't want to feel old. But I guess she isn't very. Anyway, she introduced me to a chocolate mousse. That's in her favor.
Well, it seems to me that you're being introduced to lots of new things through your friend Cornell.
Yeah, I am. You know, he's really expanding my mind.
Just be careful it stays your own mind, James.
Well, don't worry, Dad. I'm not changing myself. I'm just adding on.
Well, be sure that you don't subtract anything valuable in the process. Have you seen any of your old friends lately?
No.
Changed. Yeah, you walking tall, but with the pronounced teeth.
Well, it's just a matter of getting used to the finest handmade cowboy boots in the world. Cornell gave them to me. You like them?
Oh, they're stunning. Is it really your image?
Well, maybe James's image is just a reflection of what Cornell Cobb has on for the day.
Okay, knock it off, you guys. Come on, Cornell's really okay. He's rich, but, well, he sure is generous. How about all those tapes and photos he gave us of Africa?
Well, the material was splendid. But your leaving it on my doorstep was really the pits, James.
You delivered the goods, all right. But when me and Marlene did all the work, you was missing from the action.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. I was tied up with Cornell. Next time we do a class project, I'll do most of the work.
Man, the next class project's in English, and you can't aid me there, man. At least not writing the paper for me. I mean, the teachers can spot my style by a mile, man.
Hey, maybe we could put on a play. I mean, that'd be a lot more fun than writing another paper.
I don't know, baby. I mean, that school play number kind of hits me as old-fashioned. I mean, some cats dressed like Charlie's aunt, and some old dude on a stepladder telling about our town. And the whole thing puts me in mind of mothballs.
You know, Sly, you're right.
About what, the mothball?
No, about the school play being old-fashioned. We gotta do something new.
Hey, can you dig a three-person rock musical with original sounds by Sly?
Or even better, we could make our own movie. Submit it as an English project, and maybe if it's good enough, we could sell it.
James Hunter, you and your friends have made history. Your all-team movie of War and Peace has swept all the awards and smashed all box office records. Do you have anything to say before putting your footprints alongside all the greats in Hollywood history?
This is just one small step for James Hunter and his friends. But it is a giant step for teenagers everywhere.
Did you hear, man? I asked if you had the studio and the billion-dollar budget.
Well, Cornell's got his own movie camera with the zoom lens, and he got a projector, the sound equipment, everything. And he wants to be a director. So I could shoot the film and he could direct.
Oh, what's me and Marlene? The extras?
Well, no. Let me see. Sly, you could be the producer. That's right up your line, handling the business.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I'm still thinking, how about... Well, of course. We gotta have a script. You can be the writer.
Oh, what's the story then? I mean, are we gonna make a drama or a documentary?
I don't know. But listen, we can figure all that stuff out later. I'm gonna go over to Cornell's and tell him the news. Oh, he'll love it. A chance to direct his own movie. Later, partners. We'll shoot on location, that's it. We'll use the dramatic landscape of New England, the rocky seacoast of Maine, the shores of Cape Cod, all that stuff. We'll tell Marlene to write a script dealing with the seacoast.
Script?
That way...
Who said anything about a script? We want improvisation, not some Hollywood cranked-out dialogue.
But I told Marlene she could write the script.
We'll find something else for her. And props, maybe, or costumes, whatever. There will be no script, only lights,
Camera, action!
Well, I never heard of a movie without a script.
Oh, well, it's the latest thing, Marlene, really. It's very
Are
advanced.
you sure we're doing a talkie, James, or is this gonna be one of them silent jobs with the dude playing the piano down front?
Look, you guys just don't understand what Cornell and I have in mind. We're gonna sort of improvise it. Hey, James! Cornell, what are you doing? Hey, Cornell, come on, knock it off. Hey, Cornell, you better cool it. The principal's got a thing about bikes. He thinks they corrupt youth and ruin morals.
Well, then, he should have his consciousness expanded.
Cornell, cool it. Come on. Hey, Cornell, no!
James!
Where you been all day?
The principal suspended me for an indefinite period. That is until he can locate my father, which is very indefinite.
What about the movie?
Now I can work on it full time. Let's go.
Okay, we'll scout locations. Great. See you guys.
Even if we don't have a script, we've got to have a story.
Brother Sly is feeling the need for a plan of action.
Oh, look, Cornell and I have a million ideas. You guys just aren't used to thinking big. You're bogged down in grungy little details.
Like whether some powerful sounding scheme is just a shut.
Okay, listen, you guys. We'll all meet at Cornell's after school and have a production meeting.
Man, check this out.
Hey, Cornell, what are you doing here?
I'm not allowed on the premises.
Man, they'll never know. You look like the Casablanca connection.
What are you doing here, Cornell?
Emergency. There's a chance to get some perfect shots for the film.
Well, can't we do it after school?
Too late.
What shots? What is it?
We're losing time. I'll tell you on the way. Here.
Okay, I only have 2 more classes than swimming practice.
You can swim at my place later.
Okay, listen. We'll all still meet at Cornell's after school. Marlene, bring your tape recorder so we won't forget any terrific ideas. Let's go. See ya. Cornell will have what I shot today developed so we can work on it over the weekend. Is it okay if I spend the night at his place Saturday?
You want to spend Saturday night at the Riverside Hotel, huh?
Oh, yeah, but his suite's like an apartment, Dad. I'll have one of the guest rooms.
Is it all right with Cornell's stepmother?
Well, Judy already left for Paris to meet Mr. Cobb.
Sounds like you're in the jet set, James. Will you put in a good word for me?
Honey, I don't know if I like the idea of you staying in a hotel overnight with another young boy.
Oh, Mr. Cobb's secretary's right down the hall, Mom. Well, she's sort of in charge of things. It's not like we're just horsing around either. I mean, we're making a movie, and it really is exciting.
Oh, that's great, James. I'm glad you have the opportunity. I just don't want you to get carried away. You have obligations, you know, to your family, friends, school, and all that.
The least you can do for a sister is set up a screen test.
Okay, Sandy, I'll take some film of you next week. But listen, if you're not photogenic, don't expect me to back you just because you're my sister. This is professional, you know.
Good heavens. All right, James, you can spend Saturday night with Cornell.
Thanks, Dad.
But I want you to call us before you go to bed just to check in. And that is a professional obligation.
You got yourself a deal. Hey, Cornell.
James, there's been a change of plans. Dad's coming in from Paris, and we're going to meet him at the airport and film his arrival. He'll get a boot out of that. Here, you take the movie camera. You're head of photography.
What's this all about, Cornell?
No time. Can't miss the moment of landing.
Did you see them yet?
This is our day, James. You'll never believe it.
What?
Dad and Judy have already flown out to Los Angeles, and they want us to meet them there. Our flight leaves in 4 minutes.
In California? What, are you crazy, man? We can't just go to California. Well, I can't anyway. I gotta go to school Monday. There's no time.
James, we're not going by wagon train. Of course there's time. We'll catch a flight back Sunday afternoon, be back Sunday night.
Yeah, but this is Saturday. Well, we'll just get there, we'll go to sleep, and we'll come back. It's not worth it, man.
Our flight leaves at 9:30. Takes 5.5 hours, which makes arrival 3 o'clock our time. But Pacific time is 3 hours earlier. So it'll just be noon when we arrive in Los Angeles. We can grab a bite of lunch and head for the pool.
Listen, Cornell, I told my parents I was spending the night in your hotel suite. And plus, I promised to call them and report in before I went to bed.
Well, none of that's changed. I told you before, we keep a suite at a hotel in Beverly Hills, which is where we're going to stay tonight. And you can call your parents before you go to bed.
All passengers departing on flight 903 to Los Angeles should now be on board.
No, man. I gotta call my parents now.
No, there's too much to explain and there isn't time. Look, James, if you're really serious about films, and not just kidding around, you won't miss this opportunity to see actual shooting in one of the studios my dad has stock in. How about it, James? Are you gonna seize the day and see Hollywood from the inside?
Okay, let's go.
Great.
California, here he comes.
Go ahead, I'll catch up.
You knew we weren't meeting your dad, or you wouldn't have brought your suit back to the airport. How come you had to lie?
All I did was improvise.
Well, why didn't you just tell me the truth? I could have explained it to my parents, and they'd have probably said okay.
You'll be talking to them tonight, James, just like you promised. Hey, look, we're up, and away! Hey!
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. James.
Oh, okay.
James.
Oh, Mr. Cobb.
James, it was nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm glad to know Cornell has a friend in Boston.
Yeah. Well, Cornell's great.
Well, I'm just sorry I didn't have a chance to show you around a little bit myself, but a very important meeting came up, and we have to run down to Palm Springs overnight.
Well, that's cool. We'll find our way around.
Well, you just make sure you find your way back to the hotel this evening. You and I are going to have a little talk about that school suspension business as soon as we return.
Darling, we really should get cracking, huh? I mean, as long as we're going, I don't want to miss the sun. James, have a good time in L.A.
Thank you.
Don't worry, he's in good hands.
Oh, Cornell.
You cool it now. See you, James.
Goodbye, Mr. Cobb.
Well, James, you digging the pool scene?
Oh, it's great. But doesn't anyone go swimming, or they just lay around?
Most people just want to be seen. But it's no law against getting wet.
Oh, well, I'm glad.
Paging Mr. Cornell Cobb.
Thank you. Hey, dry off, James. The driver Dad arranged for is here to take us to the studio to see some shooting. Come on! The pass for the Cornell Cornell Cobb party?
Right, Mr. Cobb. Just follow the gold line and you'll see where the street's blocked off, driver.
Okay, Al, take the fall right around here, okay? And then, Ron, take the line from the top of the steps, then turn around and go back in.
You got it.
All right, let's try one. Sound rolling. Speed. And action. Got your last hand, Smokey.
Oh, yeah, there's always a big game in the sky, kid.
They must have got that dialogue out of an old warehouse. Cut! What's going on here? Will somebody get those kids off the set? Come on, partner. Let's get out of this one-horse town. Unbelievable. Okay, let's try it again, please. Places. I'm sorry. You know, James, some of the best movies ever made have been shot on this lot.
Yeah? Wow, look at these guys.
Oh, now that's more like it. There must be a surfer movie being shot.
Or a beauty contest.
James, you start shooting those lucky girls. I'll go up and ask them out to dinner tonight to discuss our movie. I know a very hip club in Beverly Hills.
You think they'll go?
You gotta believe, James. Camera. Action. Which one did you like best? Linda or Betty?
Oh, man, either. Or both. You really think they'll show up?
At the classiest restaurant in Beverly Hills, they wouldn't miss it. Now, all we have to do is get you an outfit to match the scene and occasion. The hip photographer out on the town with Miss Wright.
No, man, I only have $7. I can't get any kind of outfit with that.
I'll handle the details, James. Come on. See anything you like?
Wow. Colonel, look at that.
I like it.
A real one.
Very nice. Very good lines.
It's incredible.
Grab a hold. Come on.
What? Cornell, where are you going? Hey, wait, stop, Cornell. I mean it. What are we going to do with this thing?
Well, don't you want it?
Oh, I just said I liked it. What am I going to do with the darn canoe?
In that case, we'll take it back.
What? I don't believe this.
Would you mind holding the door open, please? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be careful when you put it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wow, that was amazing, Cornell. We just walked right out with it.
Just proves my philosophy. Seize the canoe.
Wow, it's like we're in a movie or something, man. We can do anything we want.
We are, James. We are.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Hey. Real California, huh?
Those beauties we're meeting will take one look at you and say, Mr. Hollywood.
Geez, $240.
Steal at the price. How about that, man? Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid strike again.
Oh, yeah, and look what happened to them, man. Cornell, what are we doing?
It's all part of having a terrific evening with a couple of beautiful girls. It's magic time, James. One-in-a-lifetime stuff.
no, come on, Cornell. This is crazy. Come on. We can't just go...
Come with me, boys. Come on.
Hey, I'm sorry, James. I could only talk my way out of it. But there's nothing to be uptight about.
There's nothing to be uptight about. Cornell, I have been arrested. My parents think I'm in your hotel in Boston. I'm in a juvenile detention center in Los Angeles. And there's nothing to be uptight about?
Don't worry. I have a call into my dad. His lawyer can handle it.
Oh, I don't care about your dad right now. I want to talk to my own dad.
No sweat. They have to allow a minor 2 telephone calls within 3 hours of being taken into custody. You can call a parent or a lawyer and be released to them. And come back later and talk to a juvenile investigator. If the crime isn't serious and there's no previous record, odds are the DA won't file a petition against you.
How do you know all that?
The best way to learn is by experience, James. If you read all this stuff in a book, it'd be just words.
You mean you've been arrested?
I told you I'd been kicked out of a lot of schools.
Yeah, I thought that was for having a girl in your room.
Well, that was only the last time. Other places, there were other incidents, other circumstances.
You mean you just go around doing whatever you want, even if it breaks the law?
I live for the moment, James. And I play it fast and loose. I thought you understood my philosophy. I guess I was wrong.
Not as wrong as I was. You're no philosopher. You're not even a sincere filmmaker. You're just a small-time crook.
Takes one to call one, huh, James?
Hunter, James?
Yes, sir. Please, I'd like to make my constitutional phone call to my father, Mr. Paul Hunter, at area code...
You can use a telephone on the desk, son.
Hey, James. When you cool off and come out, fall by the hotel. We'll have a couple laughs. I'll be at poolside.
Yeah. Go soak yourself. Come on, they've got to be there. And there's already somebody home.
You can try again later. Sit down.
What's going to happen to me?
If you can't reach your parents, you're going to have to spend the night here.
Even if I do get them, can they get me out of here? Or they have to come all the way out here to California?
Your father can retain an attorney here, and you could be released to his custody.
And then can I go home?
Yes. Then the lawyer could arrange to make an appearance before the juvenile authorities for you. And if you have no previous record, he can show that you understand what you did was wrong, and he can argue for the charges to be dismissed.
What if they're not dismissed?
Then you'll have to come back here to make an appearance before a judge of the juvenile court, and you could be sent to a juvenile detention center.
Like going to jail?
Well, that's what can happen when you break the law.
Thank you. So, I've got to get 2 letters from responsible adults who know me, like the principal and the swimming coach. I've got to tell them what I did and convince them I'm sorry about it.
You also have to get a job to make the money to pay back the lawyer's fees.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to earn that as fast as I can, Dad. I want to get this over and get back to my own life.
You really have been away for a while, James. I don't just mean the trip to California.
Yeah. Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I've never been so scared in my life as I was out there. Thought I'd never get back here.
James. You know, as much as we would like to, we can't always save you from things. You have to take the consequences of your actions.
Yeah. I sure learned that in the detention center. Boy, I sure got conned by Cornell.
Yeah, you sure did, James. You sure did. Of course, you can't blame the whole thing on Cornell.
No. I went along with everything. It wasn't even stuff I usually care about. I guess it just seemed like being part of Fast and Loose like Cornell was. And I guess I was trying to be like Cornell instead of just being myself.
Now, that's the person we want you to be.
James.
Hey, man, you taking any callers?
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
Well, we figured if a cat's been grounded, the least his friends can do is pay respects.
Well, come on in. Gosh, I'm just glad you guys are still my friends after the way I acted.
Well, your behavior was the pits, James.
Yeah, I know, and I'm sorry.
Well, nevertheless, we still need your participation in our project for English class, since your grandiose movie-making scheme was all hype.
Well, gee, why don't you guys take off your coats and stay a while? What's the project? The play?
No, this is my original idea for a 3-person rock musical.
Oh, I thought Marlene wouldn't go for that.
Oh, well, it's based on the life and work of Margaret Mead. It's called Oh, Samoa.
We all got to make compromises.
What do you want me to do?
We need your flute.
Some music? Mm-hmm. Well, let's play it.
Okay. Let's just try this first chorus, right?
Yeah, just that one.
All right,
Yeah.
Work. This, yeah.
Okay. Ready?
You got it?
Yeah. Right. 1, 2, 3.
We're coming of age in Samoa. All the rage in Samoa. We're growing up fast in Samoa. Puberty at last, aloha!
This here's what comes of compromise.
Do they say aloha in Samoa?
Oh, come on, you guys. Just quickly.
Okay, let's do it again. Ready?
From the top.
1, 2, 3.
We're coming of age in Samoa.
Next, he's the smartest cop on the mean streets of London. Follow John Ho as he covers the waterfront in The Chinese